Happy afternoon.
Happy afternoon.
Now today will be a combination of three factors. Today we will discuss a very important attitude. I'll also give you a little technical, psychological background about the topic. And then you'll also have a few activities that you practice here, and then you will be needing to practice the same in the school when you go back at the gym. I have the honor of knowing enough people who have gone through some major struggles in life. And when I say it's honor, it's because almost all of them have emerged beautifully after their struggle. They don't carry over negatives because of those experiences which are tough times. They carry a lot of positives because of those tough times. When I mirror what they have gone through with my life, I realize my life has been relatively comfortable, relatively easy. When I just moved into this field of training, the first guy which stunned me was this guy whose name is Yogesh. Now we take a class where there are about 32 people in the initial batches. So the class is a very compact class. It's hardly about 25 feet by 25 feet. And in that, people are really close to each other when they sit. Yogesh always used to sit in the front row. From there, the distance to the board on which we will sometimes write certain things would be hardly 10 feet. Now, Yogesh had two very clear, distinct features, as a result of which everybody could understand he is different from others. One, he had that disease because of which the entire body becomes almost white in color. Do you know that disease? You must have seen some people.
Leukodoma.
Exactly. Absolutely white, and the head is also silver. Yogesh also used to wear glasses which were quite thick. We used to call him soda water bottle glasses. He used to have those frames, that thick glasses he would wear. A lot of people will make fun of Yogesh. He would be silent, he will be in his own world, he will always be smiling. He wouldn't take any sarcasm to his heart. What was incredible was, even with people who treat him badly, he always had a smile for them. One of those evenings after the class was over, Rajan used to take the batches in alma mater in Chennai in those days. Me, Rajan, A.S. Gopal, Sriram Chandrasekhar, Ramji Narasimhan, all of us were sitting at the end of the class discussing about how the session went. And we could sense somebody's presence out at the door. We saw it was Yogesh who was waiting outside. Yogesh was called inside and he was asked, does he want to clarify some point? Yogesh smiled and said, no, you explain things so well that I don't need any clarification, but I have something to discuss with you. And then Yogesh said certain things which shook all of us. Yogesh said, I'm 90% blind. Till date, we didn't realize he's blind. We just thought his eyes are weak. He says, I do not know the face of anybody inside the classroom. I can only make out outlines, but I don't know any features. I have a vague idea of what is there around me, but I never know exactly what is there around me. So even when something is written on the board, I am not able to see it. That is why I always sit in the front row, so that I don't disturb anybody else. And then Yogesh said, I'll give you a little background about my life. I was not born like this. In fact, I was a pretty normal baby. Till I was about 14 years old, everything in my life was okay. And then after 14, my eyesight started becoming weak. And the effects of leukoderma started manifesting itself. Say in 9th standard, I got 0 in my Hindi exams because I did not write a single word in the answer sheet. And I did not write a single word because I could not read the question paper. I was too embarrassed to ask anybody what was written. I was too shy, too scared, therefore I did not ask people, as a result of which I had not written anything. When he came back home with the report card and when he showed it to his parents understanding his deteriorating eyesight, told him, it's not your fault, so even if you are not able to write, what can be done, this is God's will. Still happy, not perturbed, not disturbed at all, no guilt, no anxiety, no stress. Happily, he went to sleep in the night. Night 2 o'clock, he woke up with a start. Yogesh says, his entire bed was wet. He was profusely perspiring. And when he realized this is the situation, he understood he had a very scary dream. He saw in his dream he's grown up, but he's a big failure in life. In that dream, somebody kept on screaming at him, just because you are 90% blind, will a beautiful girl marry you? Just because you are 90% blind, will somebody give you a job tomorrow? Just because you are 90% blind, will you be able to live your life out of sympathy? He said, these sounds were haunting me in my dreams, and that is why I was sweating profusely. 2 o'clock in the night, when he gets up, he realizes one part of the story is I am 90% blind. But because of that, today my parents might give me sympathy, and a few more people in the world might look at me and say, Bichara. Today they will take care of me. But what about the future? What will happen to my life? He said, for the first time in my life, I was deeply scared. He took a decision. From today onwards, the lack of eyesight will not be a reason for me to do badly in my life. He decided he's going to study well. He went to his parents in the morning and said, I need your help. I need you to come with me to the principal with all the reports and convince the principal I will not be able to write the answers, but I will speak the answers. If the school permits, I can record the answer. If the school permits, somebody can write the answers as I am dictating the answers. So somebody has to ask me the question and I will give the answers. Let us do studies this way. Class 10, he was the topper in the board, number 1 in the board. Class 12, number 1 in the board. Now this is a story of about 15 years ago, and at that time MBA was beginning to become a big craze. And all those people who want to study MBA have a desire they should study it from IIM. He also decided to pursue IIM, decided to study hard and appear for CAT. Appeared for CAT. All the 5 IIMs gave him an invitation that please come for an interview. You know, today for many students, they study for CAT, and if they can join in one of the OK institutes also, to them it's greatness. Many will take a break from their studies to go and prepare for CAT, and sometimes it takes years or two to get admitted into a decent college. If somebody makes a trip to IIM and comes back, they feel they are glad and they have done something worthwhile in life. I have seen the campus IIM. That's a moment of pride for many of us. Now this guy, Yogesh, 90% blind, gets invited to all the 5 IIMs. And there in the IIMs, he interviews the interviewing panel, asking them, you convince me why I should study only in your IIM, not the others.
Wow.
90% blind, leukoderma, which means he's not able to even see properly. Only one source of learning from him, and that is the ears. And he's the best in the country. He gets into IIM Ahmedabad, passes out with flying colors, joins a textile manufacturing unit as marketing head for Tamil Nadu. Why Yogesh was standing there hesitating and he wanted to come inside and talk to us? He told us, I have just got an offer from my company who are very excited with my performance and they want me to become the country head for Bangladesh. Now Bangladesh may be a small country by size, but the export of textiles from Bangladesh is almost equal to the export of textiles at that point of time from the entire country called India. If you go to US and if you buy a shirt, chances are very high you will find that label inside, made in Bangladesh. From a boy who's in charge of one state, he's been given the promotion, become the country head of Bangladesh. Yogesh says, I have only one small issue. They have told me to come and join on Monday itself and today is already Thursday. If I join over there, I will have to drop out from your course. If I continue the course, I will have to give up on this offer. What do you suggest? He tells all of us, all of you are good people, you are good friends. Can you please guide us? Should I continue the course or should I take over that job? Whatever you decide, I'll accept it. I am not as smart as all of you. For the first time and the only time in my entire almost 16, 17 years of training career, that day we told Yogesh, it's okay if you drop out from the course. Go ahead and join that company. In my entire career, I have never told anybody else, drop out from a course. I was always told them, whatever be the situation, continue and complete my course. At the end of the course, you will do much better than what you will do if you drop out right now. But to Yogesh, that day we said, it's okay if you drop out. Because we are not confident. How many companies in the world will be able to give you these kind of breaks? Before leaving, Yogesh tells all of us, if we ever cross on a street, please don't mind, I will not call out your name because I won't know you are passing by. But if we are crossing each other, if you don't mind, can I request you to call out my name? I will recognize your voice, but I wouldn't know your face. If you and me were in Yogesh's situation, what would we have done? Would we have excelled like him? He comes from a poor family. would we have excelled like him? Or would we have somewhere given up on ourselves, searched for sympathy? You know, that is the favorite hobby for many of us. Sympathy. Only a pati is not enough. Sympathy bhi chahiye. You know that sound? You know this sound? We really like it. Some of you are practicing also. We love this sound. When somebody looks at us and says, "Na, tera halat thoda kharab," we really like it. Sound. You know, Yogesh had the license to fail. Nobody in the world would have minded. Everybody in the world would have said, "It's okay." In fact, all would have motivated him and said, "तू ज़्यादा बुरा मत मान, अभी क्या कर सकते हो? ऊपर वाले की मर्जी के आगे किसका क्या चलता है?" वक्त से पहले किस्मत से ज़्यादा किसको क्या मिलता है? You know, exactly like this you will say. गहरी सांस लेके सांस छोड़ते हो बोले, वक्त से पहले किस्मत से ज़्यादा. But I think Yogesh did not believe in all this. He believed that so what if my eyes are not there, so what if I have leukodema? I've got the brains and I've got the willpower. Karega. And he created magic. You know, after that experience, I have never been able to complain in my life. How to complain? Because simple question is, if Yogesh was in my place, would he have complained? He wouldn't have complained, so how can I complain? I am better than him, at least physically. I have got eyes, he doesn't have that. When I came to Pune, I met two very interesting people. One is a guy whose name is Rajesh. He did my batch 1. He along with his wife Aarti came to do the batch. Both the husband and wife will sit in the front row. They will be separated by the aisle in between. So invariably Aarti will be sitting to the left and Rajesh will be sitting to the right. And both of them were participating in the class beautifully well. Absolutely involved. If I ask a question, invariably their hands will go up for an answer. If I ask everybody to do an activity, they will be the first to take initiative. And I thought, these two are going to rock. They are going to do brilliantly well. 5th session of the class, they did not turn up. I was a little concerned because they were doing so well. Why is it that they have not come? You know, in the Bible they write, out of 100 sheep, when 99 come home, the shepherd is not happy. His concern lies in that one sheep which has not come home. Have they got stuck? Are they lost? Do they still survive? Are they in pain? And the shepherd is not able to celebrate the presence of 99. He is concerned about the one. So is the case of a trainer. Everybody is there in the class, but why those two have not come? I completed the session. The rule of my training programs are, if you miss a session, you miss everything completely. You cannot come for further sessions. I went home, somewhere around 10:30 my wife went to sleep. And this continues to haunt me, why those two have not come? Did I say something in the last session which has upset them? Did I miss something which I could have seen, which would have told me that they are planning to drop out? Where did I go wrong as a teacher? What else could have been done? I don't know where time flew, but somewhere around 11:30 in the night, I was holding on to a ring and standing in the balcony. and I see a car coming and standing outside the bungalow where I was staying on rent. For quite a long time, nobody emerged from that car. And then this huge fellow comes out. Rajesh was about 130 kgs. Rajesh's wife was slim, Aarti was slim, she was only 95. Compared to Rajesh, next to Rajesh, every human being on this planet looks slim. So this bulk somehow managed to come out of the car and he's standing there, hands like this on the top of the car, chin on his hand and looking at me. I'm wondering what he's doing. Little dark, not very sure it's the same Rajesh who dropped out, but how many people can be of that size? So I called out, I said, Rajesh? He said, yes. Naren, can you come down? Now from his voice it is clear that he has gone spiritual. You know spiritual? Liquid spirituality. Now in my entire life, till then, I have never had a conversation with somebody who's drunk. I've only seen drunkards in movies. Personal life, I have no experience of meeting a drunkard. So I don't know how to deal with him, but God knows what else he will do. So I came down and I still had that doubt. Why is he dropped out? Why he didn't come to the class today? Last timing is 6 to 9:30. Obviously, he wouldn't have started drinking at 5 o'clock. He should have come. Went down. You know, when somebody is drunk, they become anti-gravity. Gravity cannot hold them anymore. This guy is like this. And I saw in the back seat, Aarti is there and they have their child who is also sleeping. Told Rajesh, why you didn't come on? He said, very long story. There was batch 1, I didn't have a fraternity, nobody I knew. Next day, of course, there is no training program, there was no office. So I told him, I have all the time in the world, tell me a story. Before Rajesh could start, Aarti interjected and told me, Naren, this is not something new. In fact, today is very decent. Rajesh loves to drink every night. And every night he drinks at least half a bottle. Naren, there are times when he does not come home till 1:30 in the night. We have only this one car. Rajesh would have taken the car with him. I will catch an auto rickshaw at 1:30 in the night. Since only 3 of us stay at home, I will take my child in my hand, sit in that auto rickshaw. I know there are 3 or 4 addas where he goes to drink. I will search for him at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the night. Where is he? Sometimes I find him still drinking. Sometimes he is unconscious on the table inside the bar. And there are times when I have found him slumped at the corner of the road, drunk. In that halat, when obviously he cannot drive, I have to put him inside the auto rickshaw, somehow bring him home. We stay in the 3rd floor flat and there is no lift in the building. In this halat, I have to drag my husband up to the 3rd floor. And all this time, our son is there with me. And she breaks down into tears. Rajesh looked totally unaffected. And then he started. Naren, the misfortune of my life is, my father is absolutely cruel. My father does not love me at all. In fact, he hates me. And I hate my father more than how much he hates me. He has destroyed my life. He is the reason for me to drink. It's not my fault. With the kind of father I have, if I don't drink, I will not be able to survive. He says, right from the time I'm a small child, I don't know what is childhood. Because from 7th standard onwards, after school, I had to go to shop to help him. When all my other friends are having a good time, I am helping my father. And then when I am not able to study well, almost every day I would get beaten up. There are times when my father will beat me using his belt. So some of this continued and I became a very sad man. So it was one of those days when I was 19 years old, I was working in the shop and for some reason father started shouting at me. I got so angry, I actually wanted to bash him up, but I continued to control my anger. Since that night, the manager of my shop told me, you stay back a little late, I have to talk to you. That night, my manager took me for the first drink of my life. My manager said, "ये पी, आपने गम भूला." He said that night I had about 3 pegs. First night and I had 3 pegs. I became delusional. The manager dropped me outside the house but did not come inside. After he dropped me outside the home, I don't know what happened to me. Standing outside the bungalow where my parents and me used to live, I started screaming at my father. वो जितना दिल में गाली था ना, सब बका मेरे बाप के लिए, बहुत चिल्लाया. He says after some time my mother came, she requested me to be quiet, but I was just not in my control. I kept on screaming and shouting. She took me inside and I just fell off to sleep. Next day afternoon, 1:30, I woke up. I got scared. Now I don't know what my father is going to do to me. He peeped outside and he found his father has come home for lunch. Mother is requesting. You know, in all these situations, the worst affected person is the mother. From husband also she'll take torment. From the child also she takes torment. So the mother is requesting the father, उसको माफ कर दो, उससे गलती हो गई, अनजाने में भूल हो गई, उसके मन में ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है, etc. 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 Father is saying, उसने दारू पी के रखा था, उसको क्या मालूम है वो क्या बता, उससे क्या बात करने का इसका. That was the end of the matter. You know the typical Pune kind of a shop where from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock we have lunch break. 4 o'clock he goes to the shop, cannot see his father eye to eye. Father does not talk to him also. It's almost like a forgotten child. He says, next day my father starts shouting at me again. Now he has got one more reason, he refers to that evening. But then I have discovered something. He said, now onwards what used to happen is, Papa will shout at me the entire day. In the evening I will go for a drink. In the evening I will shout at my Papa. And that is how our relationship continued to develop. Says, today I am a Devda. Because if I do not drink, I will not be able to shout at my father. And if I do not shout at my father, I will not be able to be alive. So of course I got married, then my parents shifted me to another house, they didn't want every night. But now I go to their home, shout at them from outside, then go to my home and then I go to sleep. I last saw Rajesh about 1.5 years back. His weight now must be about 54 kgs. He's lost some internal organs. And he said, doctors have told him about 1.5 years of life. I asked him what happened to Aarti, what happened to his son. He just had tears in his eyes, he couldn't talk to me. Asked him how's his relationship with his father. Couldn't say anything much. That night I asked him, I understand all these things, but why did you drop out from my course? He said, Naren, if I had continued in your class, I know I would have given up on tricks. Because I was able to feel that I am becoming a better human being. If I had given up on drinks, I wouldn't have been able to live. Hence I dropped out from my course. With a father like this, nothing much can be achieved. When I came to Pune for the first time, I didn't know anything about Pune. I didn't know the station has two sides. One Laminated side and the other that side. So I came down at Laminated side, some auto rickshaw fellows were there. He took me to a home in Kalyani Nagar and he took 50 rupees as the auto fare. Even today it is not 50 rupees if you come. But of course the difference is that fellow even today drives an auto rickshaw. Even now sometimes when I go to the station and I come down that side, I see him standing over there attempting to harass and heckle a few passengers for a little extra money. And even today I tell him, तेरे ऑटो में नहीं बैठेगा। अगर बैठूंगा तो पहले वो पुराने पैसे वापस कर, ज़्यादा पैसा लिया था मुझे। I stayed in the home of Ravindranath Sharma. I used to call him Ravi Uncle. Ravi Uncle, a typical Punjabi fellow, huge in size, lives life king size, wants to enjoy everything in his life totally. Ekdam dil khush, romantic at heart. He and his wife used to live together, and his two daughters were staying in Bombay, married to two different people. Those days the classes would be in the evening 6 to 9:30. So mornings were free because I had no office, there was no organization and no other fraternity. Often Ravi Uncle will call me in the morning down saying, Naren, tere liye chai banaya, aaja, we will sit and drink tea. And then Ravi Uncle will talk to me about his life. One of those days I told him, Uncle, tell me about your childhood. And he had tears in his eyes. And then he said, Naren, you know why I have given so much freedom to my kids? Because I was never given freedom in my childhood. Ravi Uncle says, his family was one of the richest in Punjab during independence. Before independence, they used to stay in a home which they call koti. And the koti was in 5 acres of land. They were a family of about 6, 4 brothers and parents. And they had 13 servants in their home. Even today, if we have 2 servants, we are rich, right? Imagine if you have 13 servants and a house over 5 acres of land. They had 4 factories that they would manufacture sports goods and export it to UK, London. That is how they made a lot of money. Now Ravi's father, first generation entrepreneur, before him it were all farmers, was a highly egoistic person and he had tremendous pride about his money and he ill-treated everybody including Ravi Uncle's mother. Ravi says, I don't remember any week in my life when I have not been beaten by my father. One day when he had gone to his factory to help his father, he was teaching one of the laborers how to do gutting in a badminton racket. You know in a badminton racket those wires are there? That's called the guts. Ravi Uncle was in 9th standard, about 15 years old. And as he was teaching that laborer how to do gutting properly, Ravi Uncle felt a tight whack on his head, looked around, saw his father. And the father's eyes are blazing with anger, saying, you will teach me, my people, how to do this work? Good for nothing, follow, तेरी औकात क्या है? आटे दाल का भाव मालूम है क्या? तुम लोग पैदा क्यों हुए मेरे घर में? मेरा खाते रहते हो. And like that he blasted Ravi. Ravi told his father, ऐसा बोलोगे तो मैं घर से चला जाएगा. Ravi's father said, अभी निकल तू. आज के बाद मेरे घर में दिखना मत. Something snapped inside Ravi and he said, okay. Before independence, they had 2 cars in their house. Imagine how rich they must be. Ravi Uncle went to his house, called his mother outside and said, मैं जा रहा है, पैसा कमा के तेरे को बचाने के लिए आएगा. तब तक तू इस नालायक के साथ रहे. He went to the railway station, caught the first train which came. Night around 12 o'clock, the TT came, asked for ticket. Obviously, that guy has no money in his pockets. So he tells the TT, ticket nahi hai. TT says, फिर fine लगेगा. Ravi smiles and says, fine के लिए पैसा होता तो ticket खरीदता था. Peter, a nice human being, said, if you continue to stay in the train, I will have to give you to the police. You will have to go to jail. Or in the next station, just get down. Next station was Agra. It was the month of December. Agra is freezing cold in the month of December. Ravi gets down, still in his school uniform, because from school he had gone to the factory. No sweater, nothing on him. Absolutely deadly atmosphere. At a distance, he sees some people who were getting the warmth of the fire which they have created out of bonfire. Have you seen that? Poor people making bonfire on the road in the night. Now they don't have heaters and they don't have those comforts. So bonfire on the road. Ravi uncle goes there, stands next to the bonfire, takes a little warmth. And one of those poor guys who was standing there asks Ravi, "Ghar se bhag ke aaya kya?" Because sometimes from the look of the children you can understand that they come from a family which is relatively well-to-do. Ravi says, "हाँ भाग क्या है?" Says, "भूख लगी है." Ravi says, "बहुत जोर से भूख लगी है." बेटा खाने को तो कुछ नहीं है, तेरे को चाय पिला सकता है. ठीक है, चाय चलेगा. And that's how the two of them started talking. 55-year-old rickshaw wala and about a 15-year-old Ravindranath Sharma. Ravi uncle asks him, कुछ काम मिलेगा क्या? रिक्शा वाला says, मैं बेटा क्या काम दिला सकता? चाहिए तो कल तेरे को एक रिक्शा दिला सकता है. मेरे गारंटी में एक रिक्शा मिलेगा तेरे. Ravi says, ठीक है. Next morning, borrowing clothes from that same rickshaw wala fellow, Ravi starts his life pulling rickshaws. His father has 13 servants at home, 2 cars, bungalow and a 5-acre property, and Ravi starts his life by pulling a rickshaw. You know, these rickshaw fellas had a stand from where they start their day. So the stand used to be next to a hotel where Ravi used to drink chai once in a way. One day the manager called him and said, "तू सबसे पहले आता है, सबसे लास्ट में जाता है, बहुत मेहनत करता है, लेकिन अगर मेरे होटल में तू वेटर बनेगा ना, अच्छे से काम किया ना, मेहनत कम और पैसा भी ज़्यादा है." रवि से मेरे को पैसा कमाना है. ठीक है, कल से रिक्शा बंद, वेटर चालू. Job number 2, waiter in a hotel. He starts working. Because he is the enthusiastic guy, he would talk to all the customers, have fun with them, became the most popular waiter in that joint. The owner of that hotel opened another hotel. This manager got promoted over there. So this manager told Ravi, "तू manager बन जा क्योंकि तेरे को सबसे काम निकालना आता है." Promotion, became a manager. After some days, he saw that down at table there is a lot of celebration which is going on. Some people are laughing, talking, cheers कर रहा है. So Ravi, as usual, went over there and says, "क्या बात है भाई, अपने खुशी में हमको भी शामिल करो." So they pointed to a guy and said, "He's become the #1 salesman of tires for our country in the whole world. Hence, our company is sending him to London." Ravi said, "ये तो कमाल का है, पूरा दुनिया घूमने को मिलेगा तुमको." बोला, "हर साल अलग जगह मिलता है, हर साल #1 हो तो दुनिया घूमेगा." Ravi asked him, "ठीक है, ये टायर का सेल्समैन बनने के लिए क्या करना पड़ता है?" ऐसे इसमें पढ़ाई लिखाई कुछ भी नहीं चाहिए, मेहनत बहुत लगता है. बोला, "मेहनत करने के लिए मैं तैयार है, नौकरी मिलेगा मेरे को आपके यहाँ." Says, "Okay, done." And then Ravi tells that guy who says done, देखो अगर मेरे को नौकरी दिलाया ना, नेक्स्ट ईयर मैं ही पूरे वर्ल्ड में चैंपियन होने वाला है. मैं आपको बता देता हूँ, मेरे को कोई बीट नहीं कर सकता. He joined the tire company. Next year he was the topper. He got the first taste of international exposure. Then the company sent him abroad. Like that, he continued to struggle, take the opportunity, struggle, take the next opportunity, struggle, take the next opportunity. He was working in a company called Relentless, India, where they used to manufacture these cyclostyle machines. Since you're teachers, I guess you know what is a cyclostyle machine. Do you know what's a cyclostyle machine?
Yes.
वो पहले क्वेश्चन पेपर उसमें घुमा के निकालता था ना.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's still there or not.
Yeah, we have this.
You still have it?
But we don't use it.
Ah. So Ravi uncle used to sell cyclostyle machines for Reading in India. And of course, over here he was national champion. Where everybody else will take about a month to struggle with their target, Ravi would complete his target within 7 days. Then he'll have a deal with other fellows. ठीक है तेरा target भी complete करता है मेरे को उसमें से कितना percentage देगा. Smart cookie he was, hard worker he was. Manager told him one day, तू कुछ खास लायक नहीं है वो तो हमारी मशीन इतनी अच्छी है कोई गधा भी बेच सकता है. रवि said ऐसा चल ठीक है now I'll set up my own manufacturing unit और रेडिंगटन का साइक्लोस्टाइल मशीन बंद नहीं करवा दिया ना तब तक मेरा नाम रवि नहीं. इतना माल बेचेगा मैं. That is how he came to Pune and set up a company called Ravina Industries, where they were manufacturing these cyclostyle machines. In Kargil War, more than 1,000 cyclostyle machines were supplied by Ravi Uncle's company, Ravina Industries. Today, Ravi Uncle is very rich. He's got 4 bungalows, 1 penthouse apartment in Mughal Gardens in Koregaon Park. No shortage of anything. Both the daughters very well settled, very happily married. So I asked him, so in all this, what was the best day of your life? When you went abroad for the first time? He says, no. One day when I picked up the phone, it was my father on the other end of the line who was saying, बेटा मेरे से गलती हो गई. अभी मेरी तबीयत ठीक नहीं रहती है. तू मुझे अपने पास रखेगा क्या? रवि अंकल asked his wife, देख ऐसा मेरा बापू था, अभी बोल रहा है, आएगा तो सेवा करनी पड़ेगी. मैं तो चला जाएगा काम से, तू सेवा करेगी क्या? नीना आंटी is his wife's name, नीना. She says माँ बाप का छत्र छाया किसको नहीं चाहिए. उन्होंने गलती की इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि अपन गलती करें. आप बुलाओ अपना किस्मत अच्छा है अगर वो अपने साथ रहेंगे. Last 4 years of Ravi's life, his father stayed with him, and his father died at Nina Auntie's land. Why am I sharing these 2 stories with you? For a very beautiful and a simple reason. Both Ravi Uncle and Rajesh had Hitler as his father. Both Ravi Uncle and Rajesh had very difficult fathers. Both Ravi Uncle and Rajesh did not enjoy their childhood. Both Ravi Uncle and their Rajesh had anger alive in every cell of their body. One person decided to destroy himself in the name of father misbehaves. And the other person decided to create himself because the father did not give him the freedom. Both had same kind of a father. What was the difference? Why one person could create and the other person could helplessly destroy? I don't even know today whether Rajesh is alive or not. And Ravi Uncle is going strong. With these people, I learned something very beautiful in life. It is not what happens to me, but what happens through me that makes me or breaks me. It is not people, it is not circumstances. It is not events. It is not even his gifted parts of my body. It is never what happens to me, but always what happens through me that makes me or breaks me. Everybody who wants to appear for a cat has a dream of being an MBA. Most of them have God-given proper bodies. A few like Yogesh do not have eyes to see. But then the difference is not what happens to me. What has happened to me is a great body. What has happened to him is a bad body. But what happens through me, now how do I think and how do I respond, that makes all the difference. This is my limitation, I don't have eyes. Now what will happen through me? Do I want that sound in my life? Or do I want to grow so well, people should be stunned and say, if a person without eyes can achieve all this, how much should we be able to achieve when we have eyes? Without eyes, if you could do so much, with eyes, how much I should be able to do in life? It is not what happens to me, what happens through me that breaks me or makes me. How much I have makes no difference. What I do with what I have makes all the difference. Both Ravi uncle and Rajesh had similar kind of parents. Both of them had a mother who was very meek and very weak. Couldn't stand up to the anger of the father. Had resigned that this is the kind of life they will have to live. Both had fathers who were very angry people. It is not what happens to me, but what happens through me that makes me or breaks me. One person decided the only way out is to drink and destroy himself. And the other person said, I'm going to create myself and I'm going to get my mother out of those classes. The difference was not out there, the difference was in here. So I repeat, it is not what happens to me, but what happens through me that makes me or breaks me. One reason why the youth does not do well is them looking at others' life compared to theirs and finding others' life is a little more convenient than theirs. And therefore they conclude because their life is more convenient, they will grow more in life. I will have to grow less in life. And there is no element of truth in this whatsoever. Some of you, as human beings, not just in your role of a teacher, but as a human being, must also be in the same trap. Actually, I am from Marathi medium, that's why. And you have decided, because you are from Marathi medium, you can't do enough. And the truth is, your progress in life has got nothing to do with the fluency of speech or the perfectness of your grammar. If you read or listen to Mahatma Gandhi's speeches, you will see many grammatical errors. You will also find his voice was not smooth and graceful. It used to be delivered with a lisp. If you ever listen to a poem recited by Rabindranath Tagore, you will think it's a woman who's speaking, not a man. But Tagore is one of those rare human beings who's written national song, national anthem for more than one country. One of those rare composers who's written the music for every song that he's written. Many people write poetry, but along with poetry, writing the music for your own poetry, now that's extraordinary. If Tagore had focused on, my voice is not good, he would have died out of inner shame. But he focused on, it does not matter what happens to me, what is important is what happens through me. And developed himself. If you focus on what you don't have, you will always be weak. If you focus on what you have, you will always feel strong. If I have to take reference back to that article or that session, 90% plus 10% is equal to 90% plus 10%. Focus is on 90% and not on the 10%. What is the psychological impact of all that we are discussing now? All of you take out your notebooks, open any blank page, make a big circle. Make a big circle. Now, have you made a circle? Yeah. You need more time. Now you've seen coconut, and if you have to drink that coconut, what part of the coconut is actually cut?
The softer part.
Little upper part, right? So if this was representing a coconut, what part would be cut? Just make that line. Just make a line across. So that we divide the entire circle now into two parts. One is coconut has been cut. The other is the coconut is filled with water. Now the entire circle is in two different parts. Are you able to do that?
Yes.
Show me your diary, any one of you. Okay, fair enough. Now in the upper part which has been cut, that small part, just write 1/8, 1/8. And the lower part you will write 7/8. One by 8, make an arrow and write conscious mind. Conscious. C-O-N.
SCIC.
Okay, whatever. And 7/8 will be
Unconscious.
unconscious or subconscious as the case may be. Subconscious is better. Unconscious means you are subconscious is a little better. Now what I am going to explain to you is something very cute and beautiful, and see if you can mirror what I am saying with your life. What is the conscious mind? Conscious mind is a mind when I am alert. Fundamentally it is me plus here plus now. If you are listening to me right now carefully, then it's your conscious mind which is working. So it's you who knows you are here and you are in the present. It's not you here but thinking about the past. Me here now. Now that is what is conscious mind. Everything else is the subconscious mind. Why are we discussing this? Below that circle, just write two words. Doubts. Doubts. D-O-U-B-T-S, doubts. Question mark. After a few lines, write belief. B-E-L-I-E-F, belief. Question mark. Now you need not write something for a little time. So give yourself in total to the session. What I am going to discuss now, probably for the next 15-20 minutes, will make you understand a lot about why do you behave the way you behave, why do you think the way you think, why do you live the way you live. Depending on the kind of person I am, almost all the time, I am either filling myself with doubts or I am filling myself with belief. Consciously, all of us understand what is right and what is wrong. Do you think a human being should exercise?
Yes.
You know that is right. Do you believe now and then you should become very angry? So all human beings know the answer is no. Do you believe forgiveness is better or hatred is better? So all of you know. Do you know we cannot live in the past, but we have to live in the present for the future?
Yes.
All of you know yes. But how many of us actually live by all this?
It's difficult.
Why? Why? That's the question. Why is it difficult sometimes? And for some people, why is it easy? For a yogesh, why it is easy to accept that he is 90% blind and smile and continue with his life as if nothing has happened. But for you and me, even if a little hair is not there, you might go into depression. They ball गिर रहे. Do you know hair is a dead part of your body? It has no life. That's why you pinch the hair, no blood comes. Otherwise you go to a saloon, there will be only blood all around. Scared. But how much botheration? Do you know the color of the skin does not define a person? Yet how many of us are bothered?
Yes.
Fair and lovely. Isn't it? You know the ads, no? The most idiotic ads purchased by big time idiots. Fair and lovely. One girl will be shown. One boy has come to see her. Girl is sad. Boy looks at her. She's even more sad. And the boy looks at others. And the boy's eyes falls on the girl's friend who is bubbly, chubbly, bright, lit.
Those are fair and lovely.
The boy goes and he says no to this girl, and this girl says, "Meri twacha." And the friend says, "मेरे पास इसका उपाय है." This girl says, "मजाक मत कर." And the girl opens her bag. ये लगा 7 दिन का कमाल. सच्ची देख तो सही. Then she puts, and you show in the screen, slightly, she's become fair now. Now this girl walks with confidence. And as she's walking, the hair is also jumping. You know? Fair and lovely laga hai, lekin automatic shampoo hai. Now don't visualize this by looking at me, because no bound there. And that idiot boy who had said no to her, somewhere is eating ice cream. Ice cream falls on his body. And he's not minding at all. He was sitting on a bike. Even the bike's handle turned by itself. And it's so fair and lovely का कमाल. 7 दिनों में अपने आत्मविश्वास को वापस पाइए. कमाल है. 32 रुपए में आत्मविश्वास किया तो मेरा फ्यूचर क्या होगा? कौन देगा 41,000 मेरा बैंक के लिए? We see that as like idiots we go and buy also. As if this is not enough, now fair and handsome has come. My brothers have also gone bonkers now. Shahrukh Khan says, "ठीक लड़की का क्रीम लगाता है." What difference it makes? Now Bill Gates is not the richest man in the world because he is fair. And Mother Teresa is not what she is because of her skin. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi is not the father of the nation because he has the best hair. They checked Andy Dandruff and he was found to be the best. क्योंकि बाल में नहीं dandruff नहीं रहता है. So father of the nation now, 0 dandruff. ऐसा तो नहीं हुआ. What difference it makes? But we go mad. Consciously, you and me both know what is right and what is not. The Western world comes to India for a tan. They want to be dark. And if somebody goes back with tan, they are jealous. So what we don't have, we are fighting for that even if it is meaningless. And always telling ourselves, something about me is not okay. Consciously you and me both know what is right and what is not. Subconsciously we are telling ourselves every now and then, I am not complete, I am not enough, something is not okay. People who make it big in life don't make it big in life because they were born with huge resources, nor because they had tremendous gifts around them. They made it big because they realized it is not what happens to me, but what happens through me that makes me or breaks me. What is the subconscious mind? All the desires that we have, which we don't complete, becomes a part of the subconscious mind. I'll give you a few examples. You'll understand how subconscious mind works. Has it happened with you sometimes that you met a person, you know their name, but the name is not coming on your lips?
Yes.
Has it happened to you?
Yes.
And as you're meeting them and talking to them, a part of you is keeping on asking this question, iska naam kya hai, iska naam kya hai, iska naam kya hai? Has it happened to you?
Yes.
And in those moments you're also scared, in case they ask you, mera naam yaad hai? What will you do? Will you be able to say, I'm sorry, I've forgotten your name? Or will you cover it up by another drama? क्या है, तेरा नाम कैसे याद नहीं रहेगा, याद है? बोल, तो विश्वास नहीं तो क्यों बोल? अब बचने की कोशिश, पर अंदर what is it you are furiously searching? यार नाम क्या है? The meeting got over. You also said, ठीक है, छोड़ यार, जाने दे, याद नहीं आया. But next day morning, probably as you are taking your bath, Naren! Suddenly the name came. Has it happened with you?
Yes.
It may be inside when you are taking bath, it may be as you are having your breakfast, but out of nowhere the name just pops up. That is the working of the subconscious mind. You had given it one work. Iska naam kya hai? Then you might have forgotten about it, you would carry on. But that work which was given, the mind will continue to search as long as it does not find the answers. This is the quality of your subconscious mind. The power of the conscious mind is only 1/8. The power of the subconscious mind is 7/8. Let me give you another example. Must be happening with many of us. In the night before going to sleep, you decide to wake up at a particular time. So you keep that alert bell, let's say, for 5 o'clock. You also keep another alert bell for 5:10. And then if it's an emergency, you put another one for 5:25 also. Correct? That's how we operate? Yes. When you get up at 5 o'clock, you know you have two backup options in 5:10 and 5:25. So what are the chances of you opening your eyes at 4:58, wanting to check what's the time, you seeing it's only 4:58, not yet 5, and you get out of the bed and continue with your day? Or alternatively, "Oi, abhi 2 minutes aur hai," and you go back to sleep. After 2 minutes, that bell goes. So now you get up.
No.
That hand comes out from the blanket. If you really want to wake up, put that bell somewhere where you cannot reach it as you're lying down. Otherwise, early in the morning, your hand will defeat the balance of the body. It will shut it off. 5:10 again, shut it off. And 5:25, you get out with excitement or with regret. क्या यार 4:05 बज गया यार, क्या यार नींद भी पूरा नहीं हुआ यार, क्या यार उठना ही पड़ता है यार, क्या करे औरत की जिंदगी अभी मेरे को क्या बोलेगा भगवान पता नहीं क्यों ऐसा करता है हमारे साथ. Do you ever like this? Now understand what you have done to yourself. Consciously you know you should have got up at 5 o'clock and you should not have delayed it to 5:25 and made it into a matter. But subconsciously what you have done is, you have told yourself, Naren, you have no control over your body. Naren, you are not capable of getting up when you have decided. Naren, you just don't know how to execute your own decisions. तू जो सोचता है ना तो खुद कर नहीं सकता है. Unknowingly, all this communication has been given to me in my subconscious mind. Because when I get up at 5:25 and continue, I know the earlier 2 times when the bell rang, I did not get up purely because of laziness. Now, I have filled my subconscious mind with belief or with doubts. What do you say? Belief or doubts? Doubt over what?
That your ability not to get,
Over
get up.
over my own capability.
Yeah.
Now those who put at 5 o'clock, get up at 5 o'clock, continue, they fill themselves with belief. Subconsciously, what are you filling your mind with? Every time you take a decision and not execute it, you might have an explanation, but you have filled yourself with doubts. It can be a public commitment, it can be a private commitment, but if I have given a commitment and not done it, I am filling myself with doubts. I will not get angry, I say, and then I get angry, I fill myself with doubts. I will reach on time and then I can always say, यार बहुत ज़्यादा भीड़ था, बहुत ट्रैफिक था, but I filled myself with doubts. I'll pakka call you tomorrow. When you know you have no intentions of calling, you filled yourself with doubts. You are not a product of the world. You are a product of what you are doing to yourself. On a day-to-day basis, when you take decisions and you live by those decisions, you are filling yourself with beliefs. And people who have belief expand their goals. People who have doubts withdraw, curtail their goals. A Yogesh fills himself with
Belief.
and a Rajesh and a Ravi
Belief.
and a you.
Belief.
That's important. Now, if I am the leader of an organization and I tell people, मैं देख लेगा, but I know I am saying it only to tackle the situation, मेरा कोई sincerity नहीं है उसमें, I fill myself with doubts. Then I become power hungry. Then I become a person जिसको मान का बहुत चिंता है. मेरे को मान दिया कि नहीं? Then if I go to a function and if I am not given the right seat to sit, I become offended, my ego gets hurt. And my life is then defined by my negative emotions, not the potential with which I can do something in life. Your entire life will be defined by what are you doing to believe in yourself or what are you doing to create doubts in yourself. Say for example, you decided, I am not going to have sweets for the next 30 days. And tomorrow somebody brings your favorite sweet dish and gives to you. And they also say, yaar tere liye to leke aaya hai. Modak is coming. But you know it's not right for you because your health won't permit. And trust me, Bappa will not be upset if you don't eat modak. But when we see that, One flood happens over here, Salaga. Then you look at that fellow and he says, Khalina. And he says, Kuch nahi hota hai. You know, some people will kill you out of their love. And then you eat it. You can justify it. नहीं यार उसको बुरा लगता था. But subconsciously you can't cheat yourself. You know, you were not strong enough. तू लालची बन गया. That's why you wait. You filled yourself with belief or doubt. Your life will be a result of, are you filling yourself with belief or are you filling yourself with doubt? A child who comes from the poorest of families, maybe the mother works as a maid in the house. But if the child fills himself with belief, don't be surprised if he goes on, even if he becomes the president of this country. He filled himself with beliefs. When you fill yourself with belief, you can see opportunities. When you fill yourself with doubts, you can see threats. We are going to do a few exercises now. The objective being, these exercises will help the children to fill themselves with belief. You will teach the children in the class, whatever happens in life, fill yourself with belief, not with doubts. Have you heard people saying, I will try? Do you say this often? I will try.
Yes.
To me, try is a very dirty word. It's not a good word. You know why? I use the word try when I've seen myself as a failure. Only then I say I will try. Because I want that escape door possible through which I can escape when I don't produce results. Say, I said I will try, I tried, it did not work out, so what can I do? We only use the word try when we have seen ourselves failing. When you go to take bath and if you have to tell people you are going to take bath, what do you say? I will try to take bath and come. Do you? What do you say? I'll take bath and come. Why? You are confident you will take bath and come. You have not seen yourself as a failure. मैं अंदर गया, one spider will be there, then I will run outside. So I am telling, भाई मैं जा रहा है, I will try. If everything is well, then I will do it and come. Otherwise, मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ? Spider है तो मेरे को देखेगा ना कैसा अच्छा लगता है क्या? मेरा भी इज्जत है. So try is a bad word, wrong word, not a good word. Tell people, when you give me a commitment, when you make a promise, say, I will do it. And if somebody still says, okay, I will try to will do it, then you know they are filling themselves with belief or doubts. Doubts and not with belief. So life school or programs of life school does not say, we will try to start on time. We don't say, see, I have so many programs, I have so many meetings, I have to travel so long and come, I will try to begin on time. ऐसा नहीं होता है. The program will start on time. I will be there before time. I am not giving myself any scope of doubt. And now all the energy, all the intelligence, all the resources that we have is put to convert what I want to do into action and results. What are those things that we will do with the children to make them aware of how to fill themselves with beliefs and how to slowly and steadily eliminate the doubts from their life? Are you ready?
Yes.
Notebooks. Write a title. A title. A title. 10 things which fills me with confidence. Fills me or makes me feel confident. What are you going to do and how are you going to write? For some time, forget your teachers. Look into it as a person, as a human being. Okay, just listen to me. Some of you are still busy writing. 10 things which fills me with confidence. Now what will you write over there? You can write something as simple as, when I get up in the morning on time, it makes me feel confident. For me, it can be something as simple as, when I go home in the night and then I talk for 10 minutes with my younger daughter Mehak, it makes me feel very nice and very confident. So it need not be about achievements. It can also be situations. You know, there are some people when you talk to them, it refreshes you. And there are some people when you talk to them, you actually believe that murder should be licensed. Some people are like that. Is there anybody in your life when you talk to them for even a few minutes, you feel absolutely relaxed and charged?
Yes.
So that person will also come in this list. What makes you confident? A few minutes with this person makes me feel very confident. For some of you, it can be a particular kind of dress that you wear. You know, some of you might say, when I wear black, I feel very confident. It can be something as simple as, early in the morning, if I am able to pray for 15 minutes, I feel very confident. It can be, when I see the photographs of my school days, and those memories come back again, I feel very confident. What we're going to do now is, I'll give you some time, be very honest, be very sincere, and write down 10 things which makes me feel very confident, or slash, as I'm talking, I'm realizing we can do some amendment, makes me feel very good about myself. Makes me feel very confident or very good about myself. So maybe when you have ice cream, you feel very good about yourself. Oh, Rasagulla. Sir.
Not only me, everybody is interested in, going to his place.
So everybody else can say, when we go to Ramakrishna's house, we will feel very nice and confident. So write down 10 things, honestly write down 10 things which makes you feel very confident or makes you feel very nice being here. Please write. I would love to listen to a few of you. What makes you feel good or feel confident about yourself?
This not just for saying sake or sharing. After attending the Keep Moving session, you feel recharged and you become more confident. Life is not always smooth, Naren sir. It is full of challenges and too many twists and turns. But this is a place where I come, I get recharged, and I become live wire. And it's really hard, it does not control me anymore. Like I go and I change the world around. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
So what makes me feel confident is I get up in the morning at 4 every day. And first thing I look is
Wait, some of them had a heart attack. Wait. Yes, please.
I look at a spiritual leader, which is our leader, Dr. Sayyidina Muhammad Burhanuddin, and when I see at his eyes, automatically that confidence come in me. So I feel, yes, whatever I do today will be definitely done.
Good. We will clap for everybody together in the end. Yes, anybody else?
Sir. Punctuality.
Punctuality makes me feel very good or confident. Yes.
Conversation with my parents.
What with your parents?
Conversation with my parents.
Conversation with your parents. When you talk to them, oh, beautiful. Yes, sir.
Same ideas with my mother.
So when you sit and talk with your mother,
Yeah.
beautiful.
When I see the satisfaction on my kids' faces.
When you see the satisfaction on the kids' faces, beautiful.
When I meet ex-students and hear about their performance, what they are doing in their life, that makes me confident that somewhere I have taught them.
Absolutely. Sometimes when we meet experts,
Yeah.
I mean, for all teachers, this is like one
Yeah.
dream and longing which is there always.
It's a satisfying moment.
Very satisfying.
Sir, I have met one over here only.
One day.
Amit Kothari.
He's still there. Okay, anybody else? I saw a few more hands, yes?
Keeping up to my commitments that I've made.
Keeping up to commitments.
When I talk to my teacher,
When you talk to your teachers?
Yes.
Okay.
whenever I forgive someone,
When I forgive someone. Okay, fair enough.
I feel happy when I'm listening good and comic speeches.
Good and comic speeches. Okay, fair enough. When you what? When you help somebody? Okay.
When I cook something special in my house, then I get proud.
Okay, that's right. Your family members are blessed. They must be glad you're there.
When I have written a little skit and made the children act out and they acted well, I feel quite fulfilled.
Absolutely. That's a brilliant moment, isn't it?
so when I do meditation, I feel confident.
When I do meditation, I feel confident. Okay.
So when I make short films with my students,
When I make short films with my students. Okay, that's interesting. Now, what can be done on a day-to-day basis which can actually make us feel nice and confident? Let's have a talk on that. Yes, ma'am.
if we exercise every day,
When I exercise, I feel very good. Okay.
after a tiring day, when I have a cup of tea,
After a tiring day, when I have a cup of chai,
yes,
especially if somebody has made it for you, that's even more fulfilling, right? Yes, my friend.
Early morning when I say namaz, I feel very confident.
Early morning after saying namaz, I feel very confident. Beautiful.
When I talk with my husband, the day schedule,
Yeah, at the end of the day,
and at the end of the day, what tasks are.
so right in the morning, this is what I'm going to do, and in the evening, this is what I did. Right? You are fortunate your husband listens to you twice. Okay.
Happy atmosphere.
When this actor proceed like this?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful.
When I read a book.
When you
Read a book.
read a book, which kind of a book?
Self-help.
Self-help book, okay?
so then I am well prepared for my lectures and full confident.
And well prepared for my lecture, just like me.
When my husband says that don't cook today,
All husbands, did you hear that? That was indirectly on behalf of your wife. Once in a way, you tell them don't cook today. And please say it before they have cooked. Very brilliant point. Very practical, brilliant, and doable.
When I see the people traveling from local train with lots of happiness.
When I see people,
Traveling from local train with
Huh.
lot of happiness.
when you see so many people in local, no? See, why you should travel in local is because otherwise massage has become very costly now. In the local train, you should just leave your body like that. And all around 360 degrees massage happens to you. Free of cost.
Achieve my goal day to day.
Achieve the day-to-day goals that get set for ourselves.
Then my wife makes my special dish, puran puri.
Help my wife make that special dish puran poli. Excellent. And that takes more tasty, no? It can be something as simple as taking a good bath before you go to sleep also. And I am very surprised and happy that none of you said, when we see that favorite serial of us, बड़े अच्छे लगते हैं अच्छा ठीक है have to achieve for you to feel good and confident about yourself? You don't need some tremendous resource for you to be confident about yourself. You don't need to be better than somebody else for you to be confident about yourself. If you want to feel nice, it's possible easily, not so difficult. If you have 10 such reasons, something goes wrong in life. How much time it should take for us to be back into the belief zone? Now this confidence building, feel good building exercise is our belief zone. Now and then things will go wrong, as she said. The more you think on that, the weaker you feel. The more you can just think about this, the better you feel. So let's do the other exercise also, notebooks. What frustrates you? Write down the list of what frustrates you. I know for some of you this notebook will not be enough. But only 10 points here also. Only 10, not more than 10. What frustrates you? Okay, let's listen to a few of you.
So when I see truth being murdered by false, may it be physically or psychologically.
When truth being murdered
By false.
by lies or by false statements, I feel hurt, frustrated. Okay. Just be honest and express whatever you have to say so that we can summarize it beautifully.
Decreasing money from the pocket.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The decreasing money from our pockets frustrates me. Yeah?
Sir, with the kind of nature I've got, happy-go-lucky, people often take me for granted. They say that इससे कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. You know, they keep hurting you indirectly and they say, we are joking, huh, Rashida? You don't take it too hard because they know that nothing is going to change me. So I feel bad at that moment. I feel sad.
Yeah. When people take us for granted, it frustrates us. Okay. Yes, please tell me.
When my physical unfitness come across my duties.
When I'm physically unfit and I'm not able to do my duties, it really frustrates me. Beautiful point.
I feel frustrated when my parents do not allow me to spend my income in teaching aids.
Absolutely. You know, all of us have some hobbies and we would like to do something with that little money that we have. But when people create some restrictions around that, it frustrates us. Beautiful. You say something?
I get frustrated with my weaknesses. I want to work on them and come out of them.
Okay, frustrated on my weaknesses, just identify those weaknesses also.
Yes.
If you don't have already. Yes, my friend.
Okay, you've completed your work on time and you get fired for no reason in a week.
I completed my work and somebody frustrated of somebody else fired me without the right information.
Very common in teaching professions.
Very common in teaching. Okay.
When I have a temptation to eat sweets because I'm diabetic.
Because I am diabetic, when I have temptation to eat sweets, I get frustrated. Open up. Don't hold yourself. Open up. Yeah.
Sometimes children's misbehavior.
Sometimes children's misbehavior. Misbehavior means
Don't care at it.
Back answer when they shouldn't.
they argue when they shouldn't. Okay. Okay.
You have to bear the boring people.
When she meets bad and boring people, you have to bear. Okay. You have to bear bad and boring people. You're not speaking about me, right? Okay.
Husbands come late at night.
Husband comes late at night.
When students don't do very well in my subject.
When students don't do very well in my subject.
Wastage of precious time.
Wastage of precious time. Somebody is wasting time.
My son has a holiday and I'm working.
Yeah, absolutely. Son has a holiday, I'm working.
My daughter has a holiday and I'm doing nothing with her.
Nothing
No
productive,
activity,
meaningful, no
nothing.
activity. Okay?
People achieve things by unfair means.
People achieving things by unfair means. Okay?
Client जब पेमेंट के लिए घुमाता है वो कैसे?
Huh?
Client जब पेमेंट के लिए घुमाता है
हाँ.
वो चीटिंग करता है तब वो
Love both gusta. Okay.
When my husband reads newspaper and watches TV continuously on Sunday.
When husband read newspaper and all this, I have so much news to give, he is not watching me. And reading newspaper.
He can come and help.
Yeah.
काम करने के बाद डांट खानी पड़ती है।
Ah, wait, she just told. Very common in teaching profession.
So one thing which really frustrates me that my daughter doesn't go on time to college. You know, she keeps telling, "Arey, दूसरी bus and I'll take." I want her to reach on time, and she says, "Mommy, it's okay, fine. 15 minutes are gone for the lecture." So that really frustrates me. I said, "Why can't you be on time?"
Yeah, absolutely.
To read newspaper, suicide news like that, suicide with couples, their kids. With their
In the newspaper, reading somebody committing suicide because they didn't have money or for some reason, right? Okay.
Sir, I feel frustrated when students make noise.
Okay. I get frustrated when my students don't make noise. I am telling you, make noise, share. Okay, fair enough. Do I have anybody here? Okay.
when I'm not allowed to spend time with my friends.
When I am not allowed to spend time with my friends. Fair enough. Beautiful. Okay, yes.
For the महंगा वाला चावल from the ration shop and cook biryani and it's all spoiled because of the price.
Okay. Yes, my friend.
जब मैं न्यूज़ देखता हूँ शाम को और फिर बीवी आके बोलती है कि न्यूज़ क्यों लगाई बड़े अच्छे लगते हैं वो सीरियल
Okay. See, अगर सीरियल का नाम है ना बड़ा खराब लगते हैं तो मैटर ऑफ कंसर्न है. It's very interesting, no? We talk about the news in the afternoon at office, then we see the news in the night, then we read the news in the morning. Interesting phenomenon. Yes.
I see lack of discipline and values in today's youth.
When I see lack of discipline and values in today's youth.
When my brothers don't allow me to see TV, whole day they watch cartoon itself.
Okay. Now write down 3 things about you which frustrate you. If you've already written in that 10, just mark it. Start. In that 10, are there 3 things about you which frustrate you? And I'll tell you why we are doing this. All of you must have at least 3 points about you which frustrate you. be honest, and right. Okay. Now we will do two things. First, understand there are two different sources of our frustration. One is a source about which nothing can be done. See, for example, when you read about the suicide which happens, what can you and me do about it? Probably nothing much can be done. Maybe some of you might write, when we will see India losing in T20, we'll get frustrated. Now what can you and me do about it? Nothing much can be done about it. When somebody's behavior is not right, or somebody's priorities are not right, or somebody's actions are not right, what can you and me do about it? Make an effort, but it's not in our control. That frustration may never end. So that cannot become the base of our life. In all those frustrations, we have to practice acceptance. Everything comes with its advantages, everything has its disadvantages. You stay in Pune, there are certain advantages. You stay in Kolkata, there are certain advantages. And both the places have their advantages and disadvantages. You're born as a man, you have certain advantages and you have some disadvantages. You're born as a woman, you have certain advantages and certain disadvantages. Nothing much can be done about it. You should practice acceptance, because this is how things are going to be. Because you allow that to roam in your head, you make yourself even more frustrated, and you realize things are not in your control, so you will always feel weaker. Therefore, you are filling yourself with doubts and not with beliefs. Say, for example, if Rashida says, I can't mold my child, then what will I do to the children inside my class? Now, she goes to teach with the doubt, her excellence will not happen. If my colleagues don't value me, now if I think like that, it fills me with doubts. About those things, we need to practice acceptance. Nothing much can be done about it. Today, we are not in a situation to solve it. Maybe some of you would have written, the corruption in this country, not just the youth, but the entire social fabric that we have today is very weak. Entire social fabric is weak. Why blame only the youth? You see adults, educated people, parking in no parking zone. You go to see a movie and there you find how people scramble for the gate, even if somebody is old or young, they just push them aside. These things can also frustrate us, but not much is in our control right now. Who can solve, who can live a great life? Somebody who has taught himself how to be peaceful. So some things, we can't do much about it. As of now, let's practice acceptance. But there are some things on which we can do something, and the doubts can be converted into beliefs. these 3 points which we say is the cause of our frustration. So let's say if you write, I know I should go to sleep early, but invariably I end up sitting in front of the TV and I delay my sleep. As a result of which next day morning I am a little tired, a little groggy and really frustrates me. Now something can be done about that. If you say I should be punctual and I know I should be punctual, but invariably I become a little lazy and delay things and that frustrates me about me, something must be done about that. I know I should save money, but I am a spendthrift, but I can't hold myself from spending. And that really frustrates me. Something can be done about it. I've been hurt by people in the past, and I continue to carry that hurt with me. I know I should not carry that hurt, but I still carry that hurt, and that about me frustrates me even more. First, that hurt is frustrating me. Then I'm not able to let go of that, it's frustrating me even more. Now, let's say if this is the cause, then something can be done about it. So the cause of our frustrations are divided into 2 parts. One, about which nothing much can be done, but let's put sincere efforts and practice acceptance. I want you to take the same thing to the children inside the classroom. In their lives, there will be so many factors which are not in your control, especially because they are school-going children. At least in your life, you adults, you have much more choices than they do. So if the mother or the father says you can't do it, or they say you are a liar when you are not, the child does not have too many options. Teach the children, there are certain things which is not in your control. Learn how to practice acceptance to it. Don't even bother about what is right and what is wrong. Just practice acceptance. What in you frustrates you? On that, let's work. So what we have to do right now, the 3 points that you have written, on a priority level, rank them. The first rank will be something that you are going to drop right now as you leave this hall. Something about you that frustrates you, you take a decision, right now I am going to drop it once and for all. Second, set a deadline, when are you going to drop? Third, set a deadline, when are you going to drop? Take a time. Take a time. But one you have to drop right now. 2 maybe after 15 days. Tell yourself, one at a time. I can't do all total transformation at one time. 1 point right now, I will drop. Drop means drop. Second, you decide after time. 7 days, 2 days, 15 days, 1 month. Preferably in this birth. And then also the third point, where is it that you are planning to drop it? Please do that. Which means you are creating an agenda of personal transformation and therefore filling yourself with belief that I can. Rank them and drop them. Okay, let's listen to you. What is it that you have dropped? Just give me that point.
I'll not waste my time and do always constructive.
Okay. What generally wastes your time? Just think and write that down and ensure you
Talk
remember.
with my friends quite long.
Okay, so make one line for you, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, something like that. Beautiful. Anybody else? What did you drop?
Speaking negatively,
Absolutely.
so I decide I will be positive, I'll appreciate. If I have nothing good to say, I'll just keep quiet. But if I will see what good is there, I'll appreciate in others.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I don't want to process the negatives of people because that frustrates me. You can't be very excited about being negative. So from today onwards, speaking bad about things and people drop, If I have good to say, I will say it, otherwise I will remain silent and focus on something else, right? Beautiful. Is it so difficult to say what is it that you have dropped? For all of your Buddhas and Mahiras and nothing to drop in your life?
I'll stop blaming others when things go wrong in my life.
I stop blaming others. The moment you feel that frustration coming on, focus on the first list that we have made and do something in that list. So the thinking pattern is back on track and I fill your subconscious mind with beliefs and not with doubts. Beautiful.
I will change the preset alarms and make it 1.
Excellent. Trust me, it's something so simple but so powerful.
It changes your life.
It does. So powerful, incredible. Simplicity at its best.
Stop being impatient.
Stop being impatient. There are certain things which takes its time. So there I practice patience. Beautiful.
Promise to channelize my doubts into beliefs.
I'm going to channelize my doubts into beliefs. See, regularly visit that first list. What I want all of you to do is write that first list and paste it somewhere where you can see it every now and then. So that again and again you visit that zone where you feel good or feel confident, feel good, feel confident, feel good, feel confident. And if I can eliminate these things which frustrate me, then over a period of time, I allow the conscious and the subconscious mind both to work together. 1-8 is not against the 7-8, but all the 8 forces work together for my progress. You want to lift your children in the class? This exercise can lift them like nobody's business. You want your children to do well tomorrow? Trust me, 1% less or more won't make a difference to their life. But what we have done today over here as exercises will make all the difference to them in their life. Since I'm speaking to teachers, I know I can honestly say this. I don't know how successful those people are who actually came first in 10th standard and 12th standard. And today of all the people who are inspirations to this country and countrymen, I don't know how many of them actually came first in their 10th, 12th or in their college. So it's important to study well, there's no doubts about that. But what is equally important is my ability to stay focused on the right things in life so that I don't get disturbed or destroyed or broken. Very soon the kids will start having relationships. They might like somebody, they will have crushes. They will move into affairs, they will start going around. And if they don't have the maturity to behave and focus on the right things, tomorrow they want to emerge as weak people and not strong people. And if they are strong within, which is what this exercise is all designed for, any eventuality in life, they will know how to face it and emerge out of it. Do this at your home. Do this with your friends. Do this in a club if you go somewhere. Do it in a Samaj ka party if it is there. Then let's do this exercise and let's share with each other and something beautiful can emerge out of it. And 100% please do this with children inside your classroom. Make your own priorities about what are those frustrations that you're going to deal with. And honestly, don't be too ambitious. Take only one thing at a time. 1 point at a time. Take care of something today. Make it a part of you. Be alert that it's not coming back. Then move to the next. And then move to the next. I am very confident when you implement what we have discussed today in your life, you will feel that inner strength which will help you quite a lot in life. Even if the whole world does not cooperate with you, you will find yourself cooperating with you. And that to me is a big victory. Next session is going to be our last session. I'm looking forward to that session as much as I've done to any session. So all the best. Thanks for coming.